Hello guys, this is Vysh. So the UPSC 2021 to 100 questions we'll quickly see in a series of 10 episodes. So this was as per the request of students, and we used to do this already 2016, 17 and all we have done. I'll show you that also. So this is a must watch for everyone who's preparing for UPSC, no matter you are 2022, 23, 24 or any, like up to 2030. I will tell you can watch this because questions repeat from the previous year questions. So I had posted this in community tab today, in which I asked what is needed in priority basis. So students posted like previous year questions, trick to memorize this, and comments came like we need 2020 question paper and also CSAT. So as part of that response only, I am doing this. Okay, and already it is there in our channel. If you see 2016 solved, 2017, 18, 19, fully solved 100 questions is there in like same 10 episodes. Each episode having 10 questions. I've already done. So watch that. If you are a serious aspirant, I'm telling you, your score at least by 10 marks will increase if you see this, because it's not about just having the question and answer. It's about how to solve a question even if you don't know the answer for that. Okay, by elimination techniques and all, I've shown you how to eliminate. So if you see, this one itself is 400 questions solved fully with tricks. Okay, in 2020 also I have done it, but in a random order, because we are doing Vysh versus UPSC video. So it will not be from 1 to 100. It will be as per what appeared from Vysh question paper, same like in that order I have done it. Okay, that is why we are now doing in a formal way of 2020 question paper 1 to 100. Okay, and 2021 also again Vysh versus UPSC videos is there. So in that you can see the questions and answers. And CSAT also, one playlist is already there. So students who are commenting for CSAT, all the mathematical type questions solved is already there for 2020-21 papers. Okay. Now this is the daily quiz also which is going on. So that we did 11 months of current affair, and now because of students request I am doing this particular thing. And I recommend the serious aspirants to get the package, because this year also a lot of questions, at least 40 to 50 questions are going to be solvable directly from our test series. Okay, it is happening since 4 years. This year also it will happen. So the first question for today is about Aadhaar. So this is the first question which came in. A different set will have different first question. Okay, like this may be set B or D, I think. So this, if you see, Aadhaar metadata cannot be stored for more than 3 months. State cannot enter into any contract with private corporations for sharing of Aadhaar data. Aadhaar is mandatory for obtaining insurance product. Aadhaar is mandatory for getting benefits funded out of the Consolidated Fund of India. So whenever UPSC question comes, that to the first question, when you see this kind of thing, when it's a 4-statement type question, I tell you, you should go for it, because never the options will have anything called 1, 2, 3, 4. If you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 will not be there. Okay, always it's like that. More the number of statements, there will be something which you have to always eliminate. Okay, there will be never a condition where all the 4 statements are true. So here you have to look for those statements which can be definitely negative. Okay. So Aadhaar metadata cannot be, okay, a negative statement it is, cannot be stored for more than 3 months. And whenever number comes, I tell you, it is 99% wrong only. Okay, in this case also it is wrong. Now, a state cannot enter into any contract with private corporations for sharing of Aadhaar data. Okay, this, if you logically think, it should be correct, because states ideally leave the cannot part. It should be like states should not enter into any contract with private corporations. Okay, you cannot share anything with private corporations and share the Aadhaar data. That's a commonsensical thing. So this should be true. Okay, like that, commonsensically try before even going to the answer. Now Aadhaar is mandatory for obtaining insurance products. So this can be or cannot be. But this one, if you see, Aadhaar is mandatory for getting benefits out of the Consolidated Fund of India. So this obviously is a very important kind of thing, and you should have it. Okay, the Consolidated Fund of India, always, you know, it's in the constitution. So Aadhaar can be mandatory, and this should be true. So here, if you see, 2 you need in the answer. Okay, if you need 2 in the answer, this you will eliminate. Okay, I'm teaching you elimination. This is how every question paper is done. So please watch the 2016 playlist also. Then when you need, sorry, this you cannot eliminate. When you eliminate this and this, you are stuck with either 2 and 4 or 1, 2 and 3. Okay, either 2 and 4 or 1, 2 and 3. So here, as I told, the fourth one looks more reasonable than 3. So because of that reason, answer will be 2 and 4 only. Okay, and this, now one by one I'll tell you the explanation. First one, if you see, it was a Supreme Court thing that not more than 6 months you can store. Okay, cannot be retained beyond 6 months. So that is why that they tweaked it and made 3. So whenever number is there, it will be wrong. Okay, so 1 you can eliminate, and then this first option and last option will go. Now it is 2 and 4 and 3. Now state cannot enter. Okay, this also was done in order to protect the citizens' right to privacy. Okay, so as I told, common sense. So 2 should be there in the answer. So directly you will get the answer 2 and 4. And Aadhaar is mandatory for obtaining insurance product. Nothing like that is there. This IRDAI also has clarified that Aadhaar is not required to buy an insurance policy. And this one, if you see, for welfare schemes and for Consolidated Fund of India, any fund comes from the budget and all, you need Aadhaar card. Okay, that government can do. So answer will be 2 and 4. Hope you're understanding. First, without showing the explanations, I explained you how to approach it. Okay, like this, every question, if you approach it correctly, it will be a very, very easy paper for you. Now, Rajya Sabha has equal powers with Lok Sabha in. Okay, so this one is direct Lakshmikant. Okay, I'm telling direct from Vysh IAS, but it is direct Lakshmikant because everybody who teaches you polity from Lakshmikant, this will be covered. We have free lectures also, we have test series also. So this is a very, very direct question. First, if you see, it is all India services. Okay, your IAS, IPS service and all. So all India services, you know, it is a Rajya Sabha thing. Okay, it's not a Lok Sabha thing. That common sense basic thing you will have if you read Lakshmikant. Okay, now amending the constitution, removal of the government, making cut motions. So if you see here, even if you don't know all these things, see like who will be ideally doing it. The removal of the government means like kind of no confidence motion or something you do, that and all always happens in the Lok Sabha. So there Rajya Sabha does not have equal power. Okay, so this will go away. Okay, same like that, the matter of all India I told, it's only Rajya Sabha. So it's not like they both have equal power. So this also gone. Now amending the constitution and making cut motions. Okay, so again making cut motions when it happens, when the budget thing happens, when the demand for grant happens, that is when you have different cut motions. Okay, token motion and all. So that again, if you knew the basics of Lakshmikant, that is the Parliament chapter alone. Okay, this is solvable from Parliament chapter alone, chapter number 22 in 4th edition textbook. Okay, so this again is the power of Lok Sabha. So this also will go. So equal power where Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha has, it is in amending the constitution. Okay, it's not asking about the money bill and all, it's asking the constitutional amendment that actually both of them has. Now, if is the explanation part in our test series also, it is there. If you see chapter 12 to 19, we have a separate test. So here Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha has equal power. Same question we also asked. Okay, so ordinary bill, money bill, constitutional amendment, and if you see the answer, it is 1, 3, 4 only. Meaning money bill is not there, but ordinary bill, constitutional amendment bill, and finance bill involving expenditure from Consolidated Fund of India. Direct question, it is from Vysh IAS. Okay, so this is why, because we give chapter wise thing, nothing from Lakshmikant will be missed. Okay, and that is exactly what UPSC also will ask you. Now, second, again, another question, if you see, powers only for Lok Sabha. That way also we have asked. So if you see here, vote for demand for grant. Okay, dissolving Lok Sabha by no confidence motion. This is exactly what is this. Okay, removal of the government or making cut motions, because cut motions is voting. Cut motions happen during voting on demand for grants. Okay, that is what is mentioned here. So these are all Lok Sabha power. Okay, this is Lok Sabha power. This is Lok Sabha power. So it's not like Rajya Sabha's power. And this all India services. This is, if you see in Lakshmikant 4th one test is there which we have in this Council of States. Okay, which is Rajya Sabha. So that is also Rajya Sabha. So amending the constitution is the only one which has Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha equal power. Okay, or ordinary bill, that they did not ask here. Okay, now next one, MPLAD fund. This was in news, and this time again a question can come because Corona time it was stopped, and now after 2 years it's again restarted. Okay, so high chances that a question can come about MPLADS fund. So MPLAD funds must be used to create durable asset like physical infrastructure for health and education. Very, very general statement, and you should know that it is the proper definition for that. Okay, so that should be true. Now, when you know that, here itself you can eliminate this one. Okay, because you need one in the answer. First thing you check whether it's asking for correct or not correct. It's asking for correct. Okay, so that is there in the answer. Now, a specified portion of each MP's fund must benefit SC/ST population. So this can happen in our country. For everything reservation is there. So this also can happen, but you don't know. Now, MPLADS fund are, but again, if you see in all the other options, 2 is there. Okay, here 2 is there, here 2 is there, here 2 is there. So that should be true. Okay, with the assumption that 1 is true, 2 is also true. Now is only 3 or 4, one of them only can be correct. Okay, so you have to eliminate one of them. So MPLADS fund are sanctioned on yearly basis, and the unused fund cannot be carried forward to the next year. This is wrong. Okay, it is a non-lapsable fund. It can be carried forward. So eliminate 3 and you get the answer as 1, 2, 4. This much easy is the UPSC question paper if you go by common sense and in order. Okay, as I told, if it is a 4 statement question, there will be never an option called 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, never. So a district authority must inspect at least 10% of all works under the implementation every year. That is correct answer. Or correct statement. Okay. So here's here. This is Vysh IAS question in schemes policy test number 3. This time we are giving 5 tests. That time we gave only 3 tests. So central sector scheme. Here also it is like if you see 1, 2, 4. Okay. Central sector scheme, 5 crore annually allotted to both nominated and other MP, elected MP. Then Ministry of Parliament Affairs is the nodal this thing, that is wrong. Then it is a non-lapsable thing. Okay. So that is what is asked. And here if you see, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has announced a scheme, this thing. And here 15% of money spent on SC community areas and 7.5% on ST. So there is a reservation for SC/ST. Okay, so that also is covered in the explanation part of this question. Okay, so this is in scheme set number 3. Now if you see the last one, okay, which was automatically solved by removing the statement 3, district authority would be responsible for overall coordination and supervision of the works under the scheme at the district level and inspect at least 10% of the works under implementation every year. The district authority should involve the MPs in the inspections of projects to the extent feasible. Okay, how much ever possible, the MPs also should involve because they are the ones who is giving the fund. Okay, so this is the question. Now next one, question number 4. Which one of the following categories of fundamental rights incorporates protection against untouchability as a form of discrimination? Okay, meaning they are simply asking, this is like actually insulting the students who are studying so hard. Okay, if you don't know these questions, then you better don't give the exam. This is the first particular fundamental rights chapter where they are simply asking you the article number and this thing match the following kind of question. Okay, article 14 to 18 is right to equality that everyone will know. Okay, if you don't know that, then as I told, you are not even ready for UPSC. Okay, no matter how much spectrum you know, how much other current affairs you know, if you don't know right to equality, what are the 4-5 articles under that, then you are not ready for this exam. Okay, so that again, I don't need to show you MCQs, but in our question paper, like I told, chapter 7 to 11, there's a separate test, fundamental rights chapter, where we went in order. So article 17, 18 is the in this particular question. Okay, so like that, in order only we went. So this is under right to equality only. Okay, so article 17 question has come, 18 also question has come last year. So more and more direct questions are coming from Lakshmikant. So please don't skip it. Okay, in the next 20 days of your remaining for your exam, please revise Lakshmikant, fundamental rights, DPSP, all the first 15 chapters and the parliament chapter. From that only questions will come. Okay, so this is the right to equality, that is untouchability. Okay, article number 17. Now in India, separation of judiciary from executive. Again, a direct question. They are just asking you article 50 whether you know or not. Okay, so in preamble, you know, it is not mentioned. In 7th schedule, it is about different things. So union list and all these things. And conventional practice is a different thing, because you know this obviously in constitution it will be mentioned. Okay, separation of all the three organs, the legislature, executive, judiciary and all, will be mentioned in the constitution, not like it's a conventional practice. Okay, so here answer is DPSP because it is directly written in article 50. Okay, so this also is there in our Lakshmikant. If you see the same test, chapter 7 to 11. So that's why I'm telling, subject-wise test series we have, chapter-wise test series we have. If you do this, you don't need any other preparation. Okay. Next one. Along with the budget, the finance minister also places other documents before the parliament, which includes the macroeconomic framework statement. Okay. So something is there which they place. So this is presented because it is mandated by what? It is a convention, or it is mentioned in a constitution article, or in this article, or it is there under an act. Okay, so this again is a direct question. Okay, FRBM Act. It is since many years, since 2003, it is there in news. So every year we will also make 2-3 MCQs. So this is there in our April current affair also. In our economics test, it will be there. Polity test will be there. So this mandates the government to place 3 documents annually. One is this medium-term fiscal policy, one is macroeconomic framework statement, and one is fiscal policy strategy statement. In this, one of the statement they picked and asked. Okay. So this is very, as I told that time also, we told this very much in the news. So detailed notes are there. Again, study more from our economic test. So when we predict something, that actually comes in the paper. Okay, so listen to our mentorship or guidance which we give. Every teacher, okay, whenever they tell something, please watch it fully. Now, a constitutional government by definition is what? Okay, so this again is like, again, as I told, insulting the students. Okay, because that much silly question it is. A constitutional government. So if you see government by legislature, constitutional government, if you see the word, it is like a government which is guided by a constitution. Okay, so it can have legislature or not, doesn't matter. Whether it is by popular mandate or not, it's not, doesn't matter. Whether it is one party or multiple party, it doesn't matter. These are all like, it can be or it cannot be. Still, a government can be run by a constitution. Okay, constitutional government means it is a limited government, meaning a government will work only within the scope of that constitution. They cannot go beyond that. Okay, whatever you have to do, you have to either amend it or tweak it, and then only you can use it. So you are limited. The government is limited, and that is told multiple times by this different Supreme Court cases like Minerva Mills case or the Bombay case. Everywhere it is told like limited powers of the parliament is what is the basic structure of the constitution. Okay, our government is a limited government. Okay, it's there in the doctrine of basic structure. So again, as I told, again from the same chapter 1 to 6. Okay, so please read first 15 chapters and parliament chapter. Now question number 8. Other than fundamental rights, which are the following parts of the constitution of India reflects the principles of provision of universal declaration of human rights? Okay, so this can be a little tricky, but when you know, okay, UPSC, whenever they give this 1 2 3 type thing, okay, sometimes science question will come, always it will be all the above. Okay, so still if you want to see, or just common sense if you think, what is this universal declaration of human rights? So in human rights, you know, all the good things will be there, like human should get education, human should get right to life, human should be having justice, liberty, all these things will be written in this. That is a commonsensical thing. Even if you don't know what is under this thing, human rights means what? If you know common sense, it will have all the things which is there in preamble or in the DPSP or in the fundamental duty, because all these things gives the same thing only. So it reflects the principle means it has matching something. Okay, so this website is there, UNORG, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. There again same similar things are there. Everyone has right to life, liberty, then everyone is a member of society, and there is like resources should be equally shared between people, dignity of life should be there. Then here if you see right to education should be there. So this, if you see, the first one is kind of our preamble and fundamental rights. This is kind of our DPSP kind of thing. And this one, if you see, cultural life, community, human, scientific temper, this and all we have in our fundamental duties. So this and all I've taken from this website. Okay, so like that everything will be there. So common sense if you apply, statement is 1 2 3. Okay, Now, ninth one. In India, Legal Services Authority provide free legal services to which of the following type of citizens? This was a little difficult question, I will tell, but it can again by using the options, it was easy. Okay, in our Vyshayas also we had a test. If you see Lakshmikant 5th edition, when we covered, the Nalsa chapter was there. So in that we did these all people and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all these have free thing. Okay, but here they did not ask who has free. They asked about the different income levels. So here if you see the last statement, persons whose annual income does not exceed 10k, and in this thing we told 6 is not there in the answer because it is does not exceed 1 lakh. So that is what is told here, annual income of less than 1 lakh. So this is true. Such people will get the free legal services. Okay, so 1 you need in the answer. So eliminate this and eliminate this. So now you need 2 or 4. Meaning this 3 also gone. This OBC and all is simply made up statement. There is no OBC. Okay, so either transgender or senior. Now if you see this, all senior citizens. Okay, so all senior citizens mean even an Ambani family, someone, they can go and get free legal services. So that logically it is not correct. So with that common sense, you can eliminate this also. And even if you did not know this 2 lakh and transgender and all, still you will get the answer as 1 and 2 only. Okay, this much easily you can solve. This is how you approach a question. Okay, even if you did not know anything about this NALSA, okay, this basic 1 lakh is the only thing you had knowledge now. Okay, with that you solve this question. Okay, because the options were like that. They always give you easy options. Okay, let it be whatever question, options will be easy. And again, if you see 4 statement type question, whenever 4 statement type question comes, I tell you don't skip that question. You have to do that because everybody will do it. Okay, at least Vyshaya students will do it. So this again from the table I went and checked again. So if you see senior citizen also there are limit, transgender is 2 lakh. So it is actually true only. Okay, 2 is true and it is not all senior citizenship. It's actually based on different state decide. Okay, some state will tell okay all citizens senior, some will tell 2 lakh. This is Delhi's and some different states listing I have taken from the NALSA website. Okay, so 1 lakh a person with annual income less than 1 lakh and transgender less than 2 lakh, and this is made up statement, and senior citizen depends upon the different state. Okay. This is also there in the this thing. Here the child can apply, whether all senior citizens apply. So it's written. The respective state government will decide. Last question for today. So this is again international agreements, which again you need little knowledge. Okay, this you had to know the current affairs or any good test series. Okay, Vyshayas had covered all these 4 of them, so it was very easy. Okay, so this if you see now, this Talanoa dialogue was multiple times in the news. Undertow coalition was in the news. Hague is an old one, and this also is an old one. Okay, so if you know Talanoa, this one which is the latest in news, and these 2 are the latest in news. Okay. So global climate change, this is actually true. Okay, UNFCCC summits related, it was there in news, UNFCCC if you see here. So Talanoa dialogue should be true. So you need 3 in the answer. When you need 3 in the answer, this will go and this will go. Okay, that means you are supposed to know the current affair. Okay, so 1 and 3 or 2, 3 and 4. So you have to check 1, 2, 4 now. And the last one if you see, Undertow coalition, that actually Telangana and this other government, I think Chhattisgarh. Okay, here if you see, this Telangana and Chhattisgarh had signed it. So it is there in news multiple times. 2016 to 18 current affair also in our PDF it is there. After that in 2020 PDF also it is there. Okay. So here in full test 10 we covered this. So here states are engaging in this thing. Okay. And this also is related to the greenhouse gas emissions and all these things. Meaning state governments are directly signing agreements with the International Climate Group. That is why it was very much in the news. Okay. And it is non-binding. So this one is child rights is wrong. Okay. This child rights is actually for Hague Convention. They have already simply purposely tweaked it and given it this way. So 4 is wrong. So when 4 is wrong, this goes away and answer is 1 and 3 only. Now again other details I'll show you. Vyshaya's revision charts if you see. Okay. This is Vyshaya's revision chart which all my students will get, and that time others I don't know, if you want you can make a note, but Vyshaya students will get it. Okay. So here every kind of groupings if you see, international groupings we have given here. Okay. So this Australian group, MTCR, Wassenaar agreement, about everything question will come whether India is a part of it or India is not a part of it. So here if you see Hague Convention, there are 2 things. One is for adoption and one is for abduction. Okay. So both are Hague only. And if you see one India is a member and one India is not a member. Okay. So Hague is related to the child rights, but here in question they have given biological and chemical weapon, something that is wrong. Okay, so statement 2 is wrong. Now the other one if you see Alma Ata declaration, in our another revision chart all the older ones we have given, this Astana, Ashgabat, Shenzhen agreement, Maastricht agreement, every agreement okay which is possible which UPSC can pick and ask you in one single chart we have given. Okay, on the day before prelims my students can revise it. So here if you see Alma Ata declaration 1978, International Conference on Primary Health Care. So here health care of people. So statement 1 is correct. So 1 and 3 is the answer. Okay, so as I told, you need basic current affairs, you need a good test series, and you need previous year question solving. This is the only thing needed for UPSC. Okay, so everything we are giving for free, only the test series you have to come and buy, and I guarantee you these are all lifelong static PDFs which again and again you can revise for the next year also in case you fail. So if you need it, come and contact us in WhatsApp. Immediately you can enroll to whichever pack you want, and please go and watch these things. Okay, at least these free things go and watch. Okay, because how much ever we tell, people will not come and buy the paid test series. You can watch the free test series, the free videos, and gain marks at least from that. Okay, so I'll come up with the next video which will be 11 to 20 MCQs of UPSC 2020. Thank you and have a nice day.